All right, Combat Convo, you know what it is, man. We back. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the page, hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. Hey, listen, man. We over 500 subscribers on this page. Keep on subscribing. We're going to keep on banging these Jones out. You know what I mean? So the more fights come out, the more we're going to be banging them out. All right, so today we're going to be talking about Usman versus
Shit, well, how you pronounce his name? Hamzat? Hamzat?
Khamzat, man. Come on, man. You slacking and you
Yeah,
macking,
yeah,
man. Come on.
yeah. I
Hamzat,
can't
man.
pronounce
Usman
his
versus
name.
Hamzat.
I don't.
I don't know how to pronounce his
Uh,
first name. I mean, so that's just that.
yeah,
I mean, I don't want to butcher his first name. Anyway, Usman
yeah.
versus Hamzat. I'm gonna let you get your take first, and then I'm gonna come back and give my take on how I feel.
All right. Where can I start? Um, I believe we talked about it. I mean, briefly after we watched the fight, and we said that if Usman had two more rounds, this might have been a different fight. Um, Usman did better in the later rounds. He survived Hamzat's flurry in the earlier round. You know what I'm saying? In that first round, I thought he was going to get Usman out of there. I really was scared for Usman. I thought he was going to get him out of there early because the way he hopped on him, I mean, he pounced on him like a baby gazelle that was like in the wilderness by himself, no mother, no father, and them hyenas just come out of nowhere and pounce on him. Yo, he pounced on him quick, and he rolled this dude for literally the whole entire first round and a good majority of the second round until he was able to break free and you know what I'm saying and show some signs of life. I really thought the fight was over because Hamza was strong as hell. Like I underestimated this guy's strength. For him to hold down Usman like that and still have enough energy to continue to fight at that high pace, that was crazy. That was crazy for one. That was definitely crazy for one. And it was unbelievable. And then for Usman to recover and show signs of life. Because I mean, in all honesty, on a real, nobody really took that much damage in this fight. I mean, there was punches being exchanged and people got hit, but if you would look at the both individuals' faces, they really didn't take that much damage. This was more of a chess match for both of them because this was a type of fight where you're gonna see whose will is gonna break first. That's what it was. Because Hamzat's job was he wanted to take Usman out, submit him, knock him out, however he could do it. Usman, on the other hand, you could see in the later rounds was really just trying to connect with that one big shot. And he caught him a few times, but it wasn't no type of shot where you could put him down. Like it was just like really like he tapped him a few times and he backed him up. And then he returned the favor. You know what I'm saying? But they both stood toe to toe during the later part of that fight. Um, what I have to say, man, Hamza is fighting Strickland next. That's what they say. You know what I mean? Strickland's in trouble. I don't know who's going to win the fight, but this is going to be a hard fight for Strickland. Very, very hard fight. And if he's anything as he was against Usman the other night, he going to probably, and I don't want to make no predictions, but I mean, it's kind of hard not to this type of fight when you really haven't seen the full display of Strickland, because Strickland's been on the sideline so much, and then when he does fight, you see him, but then you don't see him again for like a very long time, and then that's kind of how it all played out with with Izzy, because the guy didn't fight for that long. You know, I mean, he was on the sideline, but he was training like crazy. So you really don't get a chance to study the guy. You accept the fight. He comes out. He just straight dominates you, and then he's the champion. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? For me to really understand Strickland's fighting style, I would have to go all the way back to his beginning, to his birth, as far as him being a UFC fighter, and watch him from there all the way till now. So I don't know, man, but it's gonna be a tough fight. Uh, the Usman, like I said, Usman versus Khamzat was crazy. I didn't expect it to end that way, but it did. Um, Salute to Usman for taking that fight on such short notice. There's not a lot of people that's going to do that, but he did, and he survived. And if it was a 5-round fight, it might have been saying something different. That's all I got to say about that.
All
But
right.
Khamzat is a beast.
Yeah.
Excuse
So
me.
I've been telling people about Hamzat for a long time, man. That guy's good. You know what I mean? He's good. He's reckless. You know what I'm saying? He don't care. He throws his all out there.
Mm-hmm.
As far as this fight goes, this was an even match. Even though Hamzat, to me, dominated most of the fight. Like, it wasn't like he dominated to the point where it was like Usman didn't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? He dominated because when you get caught in the clinch or caught in the hole, I mean, you caught in a hole. That's it. You know what I'm saying? This was basically more of a holding fight more than anything. You know what I'm saying? But for me, they're going to end up fighting again. I mean, because it depends. It really depends on Usman, though, because this is his third loss in a row. Now, he can literally retire now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he want to, but he could. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. People saying like Hamzat and Usman fell off and Izzy fell off and Francis is gone. It was like at one point they were the best in UFC. You know what I'm saying? Francis, Usman, and Izzy was the best in UFC. Those guys right there. It always happens that way. They get old. People figure each other out. It's like people figure like these people are supposed to be they're untouchable. No, that's not how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So Usman losing 3 times is not a shock to me because he's old. He ain't young. And he's been fighting. He's been the champ and everybody figure him out now. You know what I'm saying? Not to say he can't win fights no more, because I'm sure he can win another fight. But to me, the love and the lust, the love for it, the passion for it isn't really there anymore. He already reached the mountaintop. How far can he go now? You know what I'm saying? What are he going? He beat him, then he fights Strickland, and then what happens? He beats Strickland. Let's say he beat Hamzat and he fights Strickland, beat Strickland. He's not gonna fight Izzy. You know what I'm saying? Usman's not gonna fight Izzy. So
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I'm saying? So where do you go from here? Because in that weight class is kind of weird because you still have Leon, who's a champ, and you have Strickland, who's a champ. So what's gonna happen now? Is he gonna fight Leon? No, because he lost his last fight. Strickland ain't gonna fight Leon. So Strickland gonna fight Khamzat, and then who's gonna fight Leon? You know what I'm saying? It has to be somebody. Cause Leon's ducking Khamzat. Let's just get that out the way. He's not fighting. He don't want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? He's really being real picky about his fighters because he's like, oh well, you didn't want to fight me when I wasn't the champ. He want to fight you now because you're the champ. Stupid. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, these people get old, and he's like 30 something years old now. Like they get old, and they don't work they don't work as hard as they used to because people figured them out. You know what I'm saying? So I think that for this fight, it was an even fight for me, even though Khamzat, or I mean by even fight, I mean like going into this fight, I couldn't pick a winner. You never know. These dudes are both explosive. You know what I'm saying? I just think he got the better of Usman right away. And that's what I told you. That's what he had to do. Because if he didn't, he would have lost. But he had to jump on him fast. You gotta get Usman out of his game quick because he gets set up. He knocking you out. You know what I'm saying? That's just how he rolled. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it just depends now. It's so weird because Khamzat is at I think he's 180 something. I think that's what that weight class. It's 180 something, right? But he fighting Strickland. Strickland is lower than that. But if he fights he already fought him already, which is he's heavy too. Gilbert. You know what I'm saying? He already fought him. He's heavy too. So is he gonna stay at this point? Because that's weird to me. So what weight class is Izzy? Because if Izzy fought Strickland, and Khamzat he must be dropping down. He got to be dropping down. Because if he's
Izzy's middleweight. Izzy's middleweight.
So right? Is he one? Is that 160, 170, 180? What?
Nah, middleweight is, I believe, is higher. I believe middleweight is like maybe like
Izzy's
between.
Not, Izzy's bigger than Usman? No, I don't believe that.
I think. All right. I left my cell phone upstairs. I believe middleweight is in between where Usman's at and where Strickland is at. I believe it's in between those two weight classes. That's
what I'm saying is I'm thinking Izzy is lighter than Usman. He to me looks like he's lighter than Usman. I could be wrong. I'm just saying. But
I mean, you could be right. I never like the way you're looking at it. I never really thought of it that way. You know what I'm saying? I just knew the weight classes. You know, you could go up or down. So
yeah,
what you're asking is like, is he up or is he down? So that's basically the.
What I'm saying, what I'm really trying to say is Khamzat gonna go down to fight Strickland? Because if Khamzat is up, Usman's up. He's going down to fight Strickland. That means like, cause to me the wild card in this whole thing is Leon. He's the wild card because he fought Usman, right? Beat Usman, but. He's not gonna. He can't fight Izzy. How's that? When Khamzat is about to fight Strickland, who fought Izzy. So they must all be in the same weight class. You know what I'm saying? They have to be. Because if Khamzat
as of right now, they're all in the same weight class. But Khamzat came from a different weight class, and so did Usman, in order to contend for that belt that Strickland got.
Well, look,
so it had they. I'm honest.
This is what I'm saying. If you check out the fights, right? Masvidal fought Gilbert. um what's the name? Khamzat fought Gilbert, right?
Mm-hmm.
Masvidal fought
Right.
Usman.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't be that far apart from each other. Then Usman
No,
just
that's what
fought
I'm saying.
him. So what I'm saying is, if he's fighting Strickland, then that means that Izzy's up there with them too. He has to be, and Leon too.
Yeah.
They not. What I'm really
It's
trying to say
weird.
is, they not that far apart from each other. Like the weights are not that far apart.
No.
It might be like 5 pound,
No.
a 5 to 8 pound difference or something like that. That's what I'm saying. But as
I
far as the fight
believe I
goes,
believe it's 5 pounds.
I don't know. I mean, you might know more than me than about that. But as far as the fight goes, I think that Hamzat, he did his thing, and my issue with to me, and this might be, I don't know, I might be seeing this, people might not be seeing this, but my issue with people like Hamzat is he's never gonna fight somebody like Islam. It's not gonna happen because they're not gonna fight. It's the same thing. My problem with Izzy and Usman, they're never gonna fight. So even if Usman was to become the champion, right? Let's say Usman beats I don't know, somebody, or not Usman, Izzy comes and he fights Leon. He beats Leon and champion. And next in line is Usman. They're not gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with Hamzat. Let's say Hamzat decides that he wants to fight for the belt, and they say, well, the only belt that we got is the light heavyweight or the lightweight belt or whatever. He's not gonna fight him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just to me, it just seems like they picking and choosing who do what with who. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Well, part of the reason why it's going like his way it's going thus far is because I mean, these are the guys that are making the fights. These are the guys that are bringing in the revenue. You know what I mean? These are the top guys, and these are the dudes that people want to see. You know, they want to see Izzy. They want to see Usman. They want to see Hamza. They want to see Islam. They want to see Alexander. They want to see these guys because these guys are what's bringing in the revenue. And because Usman stepped up last minute, like remember, that wasn't supposed to be the fight. Remember, it was supposed to be Paulo Costa that's supposed to be in there. It wasn't supposed to be Usman. No, Lacosta was supposed to step in for Hamza in the Hamza fight, and then the other fight came at the last minute as well because Alexander stepped in. You know what I'm saying? So you had you had I don't know. I'm trying to make sure I get it right, and I'm pretty sure the comment section is going to say something.
Well, I know what you're
If
talking
I'm
about.
not
I know who it
mistaken,
was.
yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, right, Lacosta was supposed to fight Hamza. Am I correct, or
Yeah,
was it Lacosta supposed to fight Islam? Okay, so he was supposed to fight Islam. So
he supposed
that
to fight
he
Hamza.
got injured. So yeah, he was supposed to fight Hamza. He got injured. They took him out.
No, he
They
didn't get
added
injured.
Usman.
He didn't get injured. He had an injury that didn't heal or something like that.
Oh,
Oliveira got
oh,
injured. He got injured.
okay, yeah.
He was supposed to fight Islam.
That's what I'm missing.
He got injured.
Okay, yeah. So, all right. So those are the top guys right there. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about it, it kind of left UFC and kind of left Dana no choice because they had to make these fights. So, you know what I mean? Whether dudes had to step up in weight class or step down, it really didn't matter because, like you said, like it wasn't that much weight. And it did, and honestly speaking, Usman didn't really have to cut that much weight at all. I don't even think he had to cut weight. You understand what I'm saying? Because Usman, I think they said Usman walks around at that weight class, so he really didn't have to cut anything. The only person that had to cut weight or gain weight or whatever was Khamzat. And that's the problem that they were having, because they said Khamzat trained so much. He trained so much that he don't give his muscle memory or his muscles a chance to recuperate. So what ends up happening is that he either ends up gaining more muscle mass or losing more weight. That's what happens. So that's why every time he tries to make weight for fights, he ends up not making weight because he trains so much. And so when we look at it, you know what I'm saying, it really left him no other alternative because there's nobody out there. Leon's not like you said. Leon's not getting up into that type of mix of fighters. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to discredit Leon neither. Like, I think he's a terrific fighter, but I mean, if you put him in the same class as a Hamza, and you know what I mean, regardless of how that Usman and Leon fight turned out, if Usman had fought like he fought Hamza and fought Leon, he would have got Leon out of there. So you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy things things, you know what I mean, translate. You know what I mean? So who knows, man? this is it's confusing, man. Who knows what the fuck is going to
Yeah,
happen?
I don't know.
You know?
But yeah, this
Yeah.
joint went long. We gotta get out of here. So this joint
Yeah.
definitely went too long. Hey man, listen,
Yeah.
man. Combat Convo, you know what it is. We out of here. See y'all. Peace.